Joining us now, Fox News contributor Ari Fleischer and former senior advisor to President Trump, Stephen Miller, and Congressman Byron Donalds is right here on set with us in New Hampshire. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, analyze tonight. What do you see?
Big night for President Trump. Look, this thing is over. We know this. This was going to be Nikki Haley's biggest opportunity. She's 10 points down with 50% of the vote in. This is like when you start off on those roller coasters, Sean, and you start really low. That's where she started, 1-2%. You crest all the way up. You think things are going well, and then you go over the edge, and it's downhill from there. South Carolina's not going to go well for her. Nevada's not going to go well for her. Florida's not going to go well for her. It's time for the party to unite. This primary is over, but she wants to hang around, so we're going to have to beat her in a couple more states.
Ari Fleischer, your take, sir.
Yeah, unless Nikki Haley is able to make deeper inroads with the group that represents most Republicans, which is conservative Republicans, I think she's going to hit a plateau, and she might be there right now with about 45% in a state that's quite friendly toward a Nikki Haley candidacy. So when she says she started at 2% and has moved up, she's right, and she should get credit for being the last woman standing. But in politics, that's not good enough. And the fundamental things she hasn't come to terms with yet is conservatives love Donald Trump, and she hasn't been able to crack that. That'll be a problem in South Carolina as well, I suspect.
All right, we can see that Trump is up a full 10 percentage points right now. Stephen Miller, people that I know, crunching numbers, texting me, they think the number's going to be closer to 13, 14, maybe even 15%. Regardless, I agree with Ari. If there was a state that was suited for a more independent, more moderate Republican, it would be the state of New Hampshire. And then heading into your own home state. 4 years from now, there's going to be an open primary. Does Nikki Haley, if you're a campaign manager and you want her to be president one day, does she look at the idea of maybe losing her home state right now down 30.2%, Real Clear Politics average? Does she take that risk and continue, or is it better to say, I'll come back in 4 years and I think I'll have a better opportunity?
Well, you would think that she would try to avoid the staggering humiliation of what is setting up to be a historic defeat in her home state. And as your other guests have mentioned, New Hampshire was where she bet everything. It would have been the perfect state for her. And not only is she going to lose by a significant double-digit margin, but she's going to lose despite the fact that a record number of unaffiliated and Democrat voters participated in the primary. A record low, according to exit polls, 47% of New Hampshire Republican primary voters were actually Republican. And yet Donald Trump still notched this massive victory. So it's an even more significant victory than it appears on paper for Donald Trump tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I got to tell you, so as you go from here, if you're Donald Trump, do you start beginning the transition to a general campaign against Joe Biden? I would like to see more focus on Biden than maybe Nikki Haley. I don't think it's going to be necessary in the next two states. Well,
I totally believe that's what needs to happen. Over at Joe Biden's campaign, they're already starting to gear up. In their mind, they think it's about Donald Trump, and that's going to be their focus. That needs to be the focus of the Republican Party in the Trump campaign. It's about November, Sean. The primary contest is over.
Do you think it's over, Ari Fleischer? 10 seconds.
I don't think it's over, but I think Donald Trump missed an opportunity tonight in that speech. He should have gone after Joe Biden and ignored Nikki Haley. And those are opportunities you don't get too often. Set his sights on Biden. That's a smart thing for Donald Trump.
I would have preferred to hear more about Biden. All right. Thank you, all three. Stephen, thank you. Byron, great to see you. Ari, thank you. When we come back, more Hannity. We're live. We're in New Hampshire. Thank you for being with Fox News.